So turbocharger versus horsepower. And the PUA is the turbocharger, and it gives quick acceleration. Okay, think of it like an engine. The base horsepower is the engine. It's the thing that gets you to the quarter-mile finish line at top speed. You don't build a great truck by putting a giant turbocharger in there and a weak motor, right? Same with whole life. If the base is too thin, the policy may look great early, but the underlying machine is weaker than people think. So why did this become popular? Well, consumers want quick access. Now, so remember that, like if you go into the bank, you have to make an investment in the bank to be a customer. If you were the owner of the bank, would you have to make an investment? Yes. And would you automatically day one be making money? Not as an owner of a business, right? But will you eventually make money? Yes. So would you rather be the employee, the consumer, that mentality, or do you want to be the owner? Employee, consumer, my paycheck comes on this date. I put my money in, I start to get interest today, immediately. That's the consumer or customer or employee mentality. The owner says, I'm going to make an investment in this business today, and down the road, I'm going to make a profit, and that profit's going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. That's thinking long term. And if you're confused by that, or you want to see a great example, is look at IBC sister versus CD sister on page 45 of Nelson's book, Becoming Your Own Banker. Because as soon as they start banking, the IBC sister blows past the CD sister, who's pretty, is ahead. And the IBC sister never looks back. And on a very small amount, ends up with another $700,000 of cash and death benefit and all these other things that the CD sister can't match by being the owner, by being behind in the beginning. Why did 90/10 become popular? Consumers want quick access because they're consumers. There's life insurance agents that pretend to be infinite banking practitioners. They want easy closes. I want to make that illustration the easiest thing that you'll buy. And the illustration rewards short-term thinking, right? And because people confuse early liquidity with true efficiency, they get confused. And many advisors were never taught how base creates long-term compounding power. All they're taught about is how to sell life insurance. So they really just see infinite banking as life insurance, life insurance. Let me tell you about the insurance company that I represent. Let me tell you about the dividends. Let me tell you about the structure. Let me tell you about your first year cash value, second year cash value, all that. That's what they want to talk about. But it's partly because it's just a sales culture problem. It's easier, simple. It's easier to sell fast cash value than long-term strength. Is it better? Well, no, I don't think it's better, because what Nelson really cared about was Nelson was not chasing the prettiest year one illustration. He talked about all the time that the best policy would be a base policy, but people don't like that they don't have much cash in that first year, if any, some companies, and people don't want that. And so he said, that mixing in the PUA to be like a turbocharger, I'm not sure he ever used those words, was the way to make the policy good in the beginning and good long-term. He cared about control, uninterrupted compounding, ownership of the policy and acting and behaving like an owner, volume of interest, capitalization, and long-term use of the system. That matters, because if your design maximizes early cash value but weakens long-term or long-run capitalization, you may be missing the whole point.